Welcome to Casual on Tarot Stash, where you meet the person behind the practice. Today, I am joined by Donna Marie of Healing Readings by Donna Marie. Today, we'll explore her tarot and oracle origin story, her Reiki and emotional code work, and what brings her joy. And this just in, Donna Marie may also be an overachiever because they have a list of questions for me. So that being said, get ready, kids, because here we go. So,
hi, everyone.
Hello, Donna Marie.
Hi, Gerald. Thank you so much for having me. I have been watching you for a while, and I have to admit, I was really nervous coming on with you. I was like, who? I had to have a shower and everything, you know.
Well, I mean, I'm glad you've had a shower.
Well, you know, yeah. You know, make sure
you got me because I can smell you, right? Is that what you're saying? You know.
Yeah, I had to clean my house because I knew you were coming over.
Yes, exactly. Because I am a judgy person. That is exactly how I am.
Yeah. You know, because I knew that you would be coming in with your energy, and I thought, you know, the energy has to flow really nicely and airy. So, I am.
Yeah, and Diane G is the hashtag overachiever virus is spreading. Hooray!
Diane G is very much of an overachiever. Holy smokes!
Yeah,
yeah.
By the way, if you all would please like and subscribe. Both of our channel links and all of our contact information is in the description below. Please show your support by going over there, subscribing, liking this video. It does help. As always, this is for entertainment purposes only. Do not make decisions based upon what we say. Seek professional assistance. Really. I am a very serious person. There is no laughter allowed in the show. So
yeah, exactly. It's like, that's it. I gotta leave because I'm not gonna.
Well, I'm not going to last either. And today's show, it is a casual. This is where we have an opportunity to get to know each other. We're not doing readings today. If we get along well, perhaps sometime in the future, enough people like the videos, enough people leave comments saying, please do another show with Donna Marie. Please do a show with Tarot Stash. Maybe we can make that happen, but you have to let us know that that's what you want.
That's right. That's right. And I just wanted to let Jax know, because Jax was asking beforehand about, she's having joint pain. So I just wanted to, and she was asking for a Reiki session. So before we started, I actually did a real quick little session on you, Jax. And it's coming in that it's stress related. So you should feel a little bit of relief. Drink a little bit more water and try and get out and get some movement, because you're just kind of starting to store things in with the stress. So, but I did do a bit of a clearing for that. So
that, and I would also add, if I may, the water will help lubricate the joints, which will help release some of that stored up energy. So just to you don't want it to gush, you just want it to move. So
yeah, exactly.
So I want to say hello to everybody being here. Gary for Grace has joined us, CJM, Jax, Mangled Unicorn, Diane, Hibiscus Healings. I am Lulu. Mods, please watch this one, The Healing Readings by Donna Marie.
Watch that one. Yeah, you might have to ban her.
There you go. Annie Bear is here. Beth Osio Rising, Tiffany Tisdale, Dr. Pamela is here. I don't know if you know Dr. Pamela. She wrote this book, The Cracking the Wellness Code. So there you go. I had to do that. Saskia is here. Hello. Michelle Krantz has joined us. Stacy 360. Pamela Batchelor is here. And this is great seeing so many people here. I'm hoping. Oh, there you go. Annie just subscribed to you, Donna.
Thank you, Annie Bear. And I've also in my description off of my channel, if you go into the description, has Gerald's link to his, please hit the subscribe, join his channel as well. I have so much fun throughout the day when I listen in and I'm working. I giggle quite a bit, and it's always entertaining.
Oh, thank you.
Yes,
That's
yeah.
good. And
enjoy what you do. It's
thank you. And Madame Maru is here. Oh, CJM is like, please do a show with Donna Marie.
Yeah. Okay, CJ. Absolutely. Yeah.
Butterfly readings are here.
Hi, Linda. Good to see you.
Kelly
Thanks for coming.
McCall.
Hi, Kelly. Yeah.
Polly A. And Jack said, thank you. It's colder than it's ever been, 30s.
Yes.
So
yeah.
Rachel is here. Hello.
Hi, Rachel.
Polly A. I love this. We've got a lot of really good stuff. Watching with Eagle Eyes. Yeah. I like that. Healing readings by Donna Marie and that tarot stash.
Yeah.
Trouble.
The two of them, nothing but shenanigans.
I am expecting it. I am really, really expecting it. Yeah. There you go. Please do a show with Donna Marie.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, Stacy, absolutely. I would love to do a show with Gerald.
Hey,
you know it's going to, yeah.
Have your people call me.
Well, you can have your people call me.
Well, that would be me.
So, and that would be me. Yeah.
You were going to ask me a question before I wanted to say hello to everybody.
I did. Being that you've been here, I've been dying to ask you. Have you always been this comfortable in front of the camera?
I'm not comfortable in front of the camera. Oh my! What makes you say that? Yeah, I have actually. I have been. I come from a family. I'm the youngest of 12 children. So, and I did theater for a while. I also had, before I had my YouTube channel, I did have a knitting YouTube and a knitting blog. So I was doing videos on that back when we were blogging. I don't know if some of you remember blogging back about 15, 16 years ago. It was taken off. It was just easier for me to get in front of the camera and talk. I also did a training program at work that was done all on camera. It was basically, we made videos to help people feel comfortable using things online. So, yeah, I've pretty much always been it. I still get nervous. I still need to do a lot of preparation to help with my own comfort level. But that's part of my process.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever think that you would actually be like a trendsetter, an influencer? Because what you do, actually, you see more and more people getting onto YouTube, and you do make it so comfortable and you make it fun. So did you ever think you would be doing something like this?
Be doing a YouTube channel? Sure. But are you saying I'm an influencer?
You actually are, yeah. You influence me. Hey, I saw the VIX. I saw the VIX.
You saw the VIX. Well, I'm just looking at the date so that I can mark it, because I don't consider myself an influencer at all. I consider myself an enthusiastic and authentic person. When I started my channel 5 years ago, I decided what I was going to do was because mostly I was doing flip through videos. I was going to do that because Tarot Stash, I have a lot of tarot cards, It's a stash of tarot decks. Get it? Tarot
Yes,
stash,
yes,
not just the mustache. I
yeah.
decided when I was doing the videos, I would, if I could get through the first 7 minutes, I would finish the whole show. I wasn't going to do a lot of editing.
Mhm.
That's very much my approach now. So,
Yeah.
why is Mangled Unicorn not allowed to chat on my channel? I don't know.
Oh,
I mean, you were on my channel before, but
oh.
so to answer your question, I'm glad that people are coming back and having fun. I'm happy to support people. Linda de Gonzalez and I have done a couple of shows about starting a YouTube channel. I have opinions. I know, shocking.
I can't believe it. Yeah.
I know it's shocking. This just in, everybody. Yeah. This just in, Tarot Stash has opinions. And Judy in the Skies is about to get into their car. Well, I hope you're driving carefully.
Yeah. Thank you, Judy, and thanks for the. She has her channel, and she did angel reading this morning, and that was lovely.
Nice.
Yeah, nice way to start the week. Yeah.
Butterfly Reading said, I spent so many hours water walking in my pool watching Gerald. He's deaf and influencer. Aw.
I believe so. Yeah.
So, but I like it. I have more things coming in 2026. So do pay attention to that. There's going to be more opportunities. So.
And you did set the trend on the mustache. I have seen more people sporting that mustache with you.
Well, I can say if you want to get your own mustache, you don't have to grow one, and you can remove it at night and wash it. Tarot Stash merch is available. So, I mean,
that's wonderful. Yeah.
There you go. So
hit your website, obviously, and everyone can see your. Yeah.
So Donna Marie, what's your origin story? What brought you to where you are? And by this, I'm letting it open, and I'm like going, what do you want to tell us?
My origin, where it all started.
Yeah.
I've always been that weird kid. My dad, the year that I was born, he bought a fishing boat for commercial fishing. So he was away a lot, and he was on the West Coast, and he was out in the ocean. So he spoke fluent Finnish, and I spoke English. And my mom didn't raise myself. She raised my brother, but not myself and my sister with Finnish as much in the house as when my dad was there all the time. So my brother knew how to speak fluent Finnish, but I didn't. So a lot of my communication with my dad was actually with just knowing things. And like, I knew when things were happening with my dad when he was out on the fish boat.
Oh.
And then and then he got remarried after. So I knew that my parents were going to get a divorce. I asked my mom, I said, are you guys getting a divorce? And she goes, no, why would you ask that? And I didn't even know what the word was.
Mm-hmm.
I just heard divorce and that your parents are getting a divorce. And I was like, and she said no. And sure enough, shortly after, they got a divorce. So it started back then, but I didn't think it was, I thought everybody had that same gift.
Mm-hmm.
I thought everybody could communicate that way. And then my dad was out on his boat, and I was woken up that, check on your dad. So I phoned his wife, who was up country, and I said, how's dad? And she goes, well, he's fine. He's out on the boat. I just talked to him yesterday. And I said, can you check on him? So obviously you can't call out to the boat. You have to wait for them to call in. So sure enough, she got contacted later in the day, and my dad's boat actually burnt down, and he ended up rowing to shore. And his friends saw his boat on fire and on the horizon. So they started bringing their boats in. They found him walking on the shore in his long johns, and then things would happen. And then she was like, how do you do that? And I was like, do what? I didn't understand. And then I had girlfriends that would start asking me things, and I just knew things, and then it just and it was when somebody was arguing with me, I could see their side of the story, and so I was like, well, I can't really be mad at them because I kind of see their side of the story, and I could so
yeah,
it just kind of started that way with my dad and with my mom, and then when my great aunt passed away and stuff like that, I ended up asking her. I said, okay, if this is what really my gift is, can you please give me the lottery numbers? And I remember, and this was in the 90s. So lo and behold, I dreamt of her, and she gave me lottery numbers. So I wrote them in my book beside the bed, and I played them for a couple weeks. Didn't come in. I'm like, obviously, how ridiculous. A couple weeks later, sure enough, I didn't play the numbers because I was like, oh, this is all hokey. The numbers came in. And I was like, and my kid's father at the time, I said, those are the numbers. And I said, go up into the bedroom. And we looked, sure enough, the damn numbers came in, but that's not what it was meant for me. It was just to show me that I was connected. And then I don't know if anybody knows Picton Farm, but that was in Port Coquitlam in British Columbia. There, it was mass murder of a lot of women. And the property that I was living on, that I owned with the kid's father and I, it was backing onto the Picton Farm, and we used to have some really strange things happen in our house. And these women kept coming to me, and I thought it was my relatives and my ancestors, but it was actually the women. So then things started going kind of squirrely. I had a friend over, and it was around Halloween, and our dog took off. So it was raining. We went to go look for the dog, couldn't find it. So we came back in, and kid's father went out and to go look for the dog. And she went to leave, and she's like, "Where's my umbrella?" I'm like, "It's by the door." And she goes, "No, it's not here." Well, it ended up somehow in her truck. And then we couldn't find her shoes, and her shoes were in the back of our closet at the very back and underneath everything. And we're like, how did your shoes possibly get behind, like underneath?
Wow.
So weird stuff was happening. So then, and messages were coming through. So then it was then, and at that point I was doing psychic circles with one of my mom's friends, and my mom always supported. She just knew that I had that connection. So it was and then she just helped me grow it, and then introduced me to tarot, introduced me to Reiki, introduced me to psychic circles, introduced me to different modalities like the rune stones, and she encouraged it.
I love that. We have Annie Bear said, glad you kept your gift open.
Yeah,
and
thank you. Yeah.
Beth said you were gifted with something very special, Donna Marie. And it is interesting, as a child, some of us, we have these things and we realize this is nothing out of the ordinary, because I get that all the time. It's not until we're an adult where we find out that not everybody has that gift or that level of access. And it's like, oh, okay. So
yeah. Or that somebody's lying drives me crazy. It's like, stop telling me that, because I know you're lying to me. And it's like, they're like, no, really. It's like, oh, don't blow smoke my bum.
Yeah, there you go. Beth asks, hey, Donna, could you give me some lottery numbers, please?
Yeah.
Well, see, and here's the thing. She asked for some lottery numbers. You could give her lottery numbers. She didn't ask for the winning lottery numbers.
That's right. Yeah. 37, 47, 32.
Yes.
There you go. There's 3 numbers. Yeah.
There you go. I think it's very important that you had a mother that was supportive for you and just sort of gave you to that. Now, you had mentioned you had said your mother brought you 2 cards. Talk about that. Talk a little bit about that.
My mom was always, she put a curse on you, you were in trouble. Believe me, there's a long story, but she put a curse on this guy, and he had a date with another woman, and they were supposed to go out on his boat, and they were calling for beautiful weather, but the big storm came in and they couldn't go away. So it's like never, it was always like, don't get involved with, like, don't piss her off. But my mom, she was interested in tarot, that kind of stuff. So we started taking classes together.
Really?
And
okay.
so she gave me my first set of tarot cards, and they got so worn. It took me a long time to get to know them, but it was when I first started. It was like I have, for each card, there's like 10 different meanings for each
Okay.
card. So how are you going to remember all of that? So I had a really lovely person who told me to look at the card. What are you feeling? What is the card telling you? Because it can be for your romance, for finances, for family. It could be for business. It could be for, health. It could be, and it could be reversed, or it could be upright. It could be, there's so many different meanings for one card.
Yes.
So, and how it falls with other cards. So it was, it's almost like learning how to, doing astrology. It's going to be many years of learning it. So
yes.
I was taught after was to then also put in my intuitive. What are your spirits telling you?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And then, because I'll get this card and it'll be like the King of Pentacles, and it'll be something about you've got there's some, and all of a sudden it's like, well, there's something about money in this king, but there's somebody that's going to be coming in and theft. And it's like, well, why would I get that? That's not what the king stands for. But they'll tell me that it's going to be somebody, if, and these are the features to look for. And these are, and make sure that you lock things up and, keep an eye on your things. So that's when I started. And of course, I've been in my 1920, I'm just practicing on my girlfriends and friends and whatever. And then it came where people were saying, what you read to me came true.
Oh, you started to get that confirmation.
Yeah, at that young age. So I was like, but then there was a woman who was accosted, like she was kidnapped out of a tanning salon near my home. And I didn't know that had happened, but I had this dream of this woman, and she showed me like this terrain. She showed me all this stuff, and I thought, what is this about? And then the next night the news came on, and I was like, and I had, like, it was so strong that it showed me to, like, I had to draw out the area. So then I phoned our local police and said, hey, I've had this dream. And they're like, she's a nut bar. So they didn't call me back. They didn't follow up with me. And I'm thinking, okay, this is crazy. What am I doing this for? Like, this is, and sure enough, because I had part of the guy's name, I had where she was when they had the helicopters and the cameras, they were showing this. And there's that yellow car I talked about. There's that gravel pit. And I said that she was at a fish ladder, but it was a walkway to where people went fishing on the river. She was buried there. And I was like, and then I went, okay, there's something going on, that I am connected.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah. And that was like, and still to this day, I still get those shivers, and I still get yeah.
What was the first deck that you used? Do you remember?
Rider-Waite.
Okay. And do you still have it?
I do not have it, but I have my mother's.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I love that.
When my mom passed away, she passed away in my home, actually. And because she was here and I was doing palliative care for her at the end, she had a deck, the same deck that she gave me many, many years ago, and it was there. And she says, take it. So I cherish them, and I just don't do anybody's readings on them.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be very special for me to do a reading with those cards.
Of course.
Yeah.
And so you had talked about, do you have guides that work with you, that you were saying that you sort of hear, like when you pull the King of Pentacles, do this. Now, are there specific guides that you work with, or is there a spirit team? Talk about that
Okay.
intuitive support.
Okay, so I have a few. So I have some that are orbs that are my guides, and one
Okay.
is like a purpley silvery color. It's an orb. It's like, but I just get feelings with that one. And then I also have like a white orb that floats around and comes around. And then I have a Native American, and he's given me a staff, and he literally came and gave me a staff. So, and that staff is to open up the veil so I can see on both sides, which
That's very significant. Yes.
yeah, and then I've had I have a tall white guide as well. I've never seen the face. I just know it's this tall, really tall white. And then I get I either hear, or I'll get a sense of feeling it. I'll get a sensation of smelling. I'll taste something. I'll get sometimes I get yelling in my ear, is like, this is like, give the warning, this is important. Because I'll get like, don't get in that car. Like I've had it where I have friends that they still talk about it, where I went to a friend's place, his adult children were having a party, and I said, I need to talk to a certain person. And I had given him a warning, and he's looking at me like, you're a crazy lady. He came back a couple weeks later and said, what you told me, he goes, you told me not to go. He goes, I didn't go, and something really bad happened.
Oh, wow.
And so that is when, yeah, it was kind of a little bit crazy that things were coming, where now it was warnings, and now it's and they won't stop. Like, it's like, say it.
Oh, yeah.
Say it. And so, and it's just, and then you just get used to just having the faith that what they're telling me is the message that needs to get through. And usually it's in love. It's not in, it's a very light, and it's with love, and it's a different feeling. Because when I start getting you get kind of a, sometimes, especially if I've been around a lot of people, and if I'm in a mall and stuff, I'll get like this kind of really negative feeling around me, and that means I need to clear out, and I need to go brush off, and because I pick somebody else's energy up.
Yeah, that's very smart. The sense of, psychic hygiene, as it's called, medium Betsy Palmer and I have done several shows on grounding, shielding, and cleaning and cleansing. I have a playlist on my channel about that, because sometimes it's for empaths and for people who are newly aware of their gifts. They don't know what's theirs and what's someone else's. And that regular maintenance, it may sound like a chore. It is a chore, except it's going to keep you safe, and it's going to keep you healthier longer, and it's going to really help. And Annie Bear said earlier that the police don't chuckle and blow you off anymore, Donna.
Yeah. Well, I've moved away from the area because they probably thought, oh yeah, she's a crazy one, but
it's like the log lady in the Twin Peaks. She's crazy, but she's usually right. So people pay attention to her.
But and like, I never went back and said, hey, this is what I had, because they were asking people to come in and give, any information if they saw her, that kind of thing. And back then, and when I first started learning all of this wasn't as acceptable as it is now.
No.
Because we're talking 40 years now of doing this.
Did you say 40?
Yes.
Wow. So you've been doing it just a little bit longer than I've been alive.
I know. It's like, I can't believe that, I'm that much older than you.
Yeah, there you go. Yes. And you can also tell people when people are lying.
Yeah.
Butterfly Reading said, hope you will do readings together eventually.
I hope we do too.
Me too.
Absolutely.
Beth has asked Donna, do either of your two siblings have these talents or similar talents?
I believe everybody has these talents. My brother does not believe in this kind of stuff at all. And I don't know if my sister is very intuitive. She knows as well, but she doesn't do it to this degree that I'm aware of. But she uses it on her daily basis. Like you can use it in your business, you can use it in your personal life. It's using your gut instinct, and that's the first thing, is listen to your body, and your body's going to tell you.
Yes, I think that's a beautiful thing. Annie also said, if I have a strong forewarning dream, my family listens to me.
Yeah.
And
yeah. It's my kids know if I say something that they're, they'll ask me questions.
Listen, not just because you're a mom, but because
because I know stuff, and
yeah, I love it. I know stuff. So there you go. But isn't gut instinct different from psychic ability? Oh, that $50,000 question.
Gut instinct is part of your psychic ability. That is how you start listening, is you listen to your body. Your body will tell you. When your body starts to tell you, that is part of your psychic ability, because that is your guides and angels are going, okay, well, have you ever been into a place where all of a sudden you're very sick, or you're around a lot of some people, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm not feeling well. I'm feeling sick. And that is your guides getting you out of the situation where you're at, because it could go really bad. And if when I was younger, it was, things would happen after I left. Oh, did you find out what happened last night after you left? Things went crazy, and that is part of and that it was the gut, listening to your gut instinct, and your body will tell you. You can ask questions and using your body as a pendulum. You don't need the pendulum to hold. You can use your body. You stand up, your arms straight down, close your eyes and ask a question. If you lean forward, the answer is yes. If you lean back, the answer is no, because you will repel from something that's negative and you go forward to something that is positive. So, sometimes you can be in the grocery store. Should I be, is this good for me if I'm on a diet? Like, should I be eating this?
I do that all the time. I do it when I'm considering supplements, and again, for entertainment purposes only. But if you've got 3 versions of a vitamin C, which one works best for me? I will do that sitting in the store, because people can't tell. They just think, oh, that person's reading the label, and if I'm leaning forward, anyhow.
And that's like the omega-3s. Well, where is the fish sourced? If it's sourced in New York Harbor, that it's not. There's going to be a lot of pollutants. But if you get the ones that are in Norway, that kind of stuff, the waters are clearer and cleaner. So that's where you want your omega-3s from. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Tiffany said, I'm thankful I have family that was open. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that's wonderful. Yeah.
Jax has said, that's the worst part of the hospital, the energy. It's interesting is when I go to the hospital, because my clinic is in part of a hospital, I spend my time there clearing out the energy, the stuck energy. And if you have an opportunity to do that, give it a try. When you get home, make sure you cleanse yourself. But it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Annie Bear said, I can feel a pendulum in my throat. Never thought I would use my whole body. So,
yeah.
And
I have 2 daughters, which are both nurses, and they see stuff and they bring home stuff. And my one daughter will say, Mom, and there's certain things about my mom that there are clues that my mom's around, and she'll say, guess what I found today? And it's whenever we find a certain object, we know it's my mom, and my mom is around joking around. So there are things, So, and both of them see things they pick up things. They see orbs. They see spirit. I used to. Since we're now at the point of a hospital conversation, I was in the hospital visiting somebody, and they were getting close to passing over. And I was sitting there, and I could see this shadow come up on the wall. It was this dark shadow, and it freaked me out. When my mom was here, I saw the same shadow 2 days before she passed away. And I know when I see that shadow, I know that death is very soon, that family, and people start seeing their family members, and yeah.
So you're a Reiki master?
I am a Reiki master teacher, yes.
Okay. Share a little bit about that, because then next I'm going to ask about the emotion code practitioner.
Okay, so I started actually doing Reiki 40 years ago with my mom. She was my mom was all about these different modalities, and just the people that she knew were very open, and she was open to learn everything. So she always brought me with her. Come on, let's go do this. So we took level 1 together. And it would be, if I was super stressed or something, I go, Mom, my knee's killing me. And she would give me a Reiki session. And we would just practice on ourselves or on each other. And so we were open to that. And then my mom didn't take it any further. And then in 2017, I decided, okay, I'm going to now start getting all my levels. And that is part of the energy work that I do, because there's some other stuff that is Native American and it's Aboriginal, I'll say, because it's not necessarily just for this continent, that they showed me how to use different energies to work with, and it's part of the Reiki, and it's also part of the energy work that I do. It's a different modality, and until I figure out how to teach it. But right now it's just everything is blending in together in different areas that came in.
Sure.
So yeah.
Had enough asked, silly me, I do not know what Reiki is. And Hypnicity said, Reiki is a form of energy healing. How would you respond to had enough?
Okay, so Reiki is like source or energy and life. So, and this is bringing in energy into your energy of your body. Reiki knows where to go, and it's a healing energy. And there are ascended masters that are healers that come in, and I've always had an ascended master when I've done Reiki, and they've always come to me, and I've always seen them, because when I always do a meditation and a prayer before we start, always, and I always ask for protection for myself and for the client and the room and the area that we're in and this kind of stuff. And so it is the energy, and and I'm not the one doing it. It's coming from an ascended master, and they're just using me as the vessel, as I'm just a wine holder kind of thing. I'm just the vase, or so all I'm doing is I'm just letting the energy come through me, and then it goes to the person, and that energy will go where it is needed.
I like that.
So, and that is what Reiki is. And I'm sorry, I've got and it's life energy. I think it's I've forgotten what it is. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
Whispers from Heaven with Jenny is here.
Hi, Jenny. Thanks for coming.
Mods, please watch this one. Linda de Gonzalez.
Watch that, Linda de Gonzalez. Once again, another one full of shenanigans.
Oh, shenanigans like nothing. Had enough said, oh, wow, thank you. You're very welcome. Hibiscus Healing said, vital life force energy.
That, exactly. And if you want to know an amazing Reiki master, that is Hibiscus Healing. She is phenomenal with her Reiki energy work.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And Linda is always right.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know this. So,
Yeah.
So what is an emotion code practitioner? This is
So,
a new one for me. So,
okay. So, Dr. Bradley Nelson is
mhm.
he does the emotion code, body code, belief code, and this is working energy. So, with the emotion code, so I took I became a practitioner. So you have to work on so many people before you become a practitioner. And so this is going in and you find trapped emotions that are within a person. And this can block you from achieving your successes, or it can block you and keep you trapped, like emotions that will get triggered. So I go in and I go into your energy. We find where the emotion is, and it can be anything from it could be fear, it could be being unworthy, feeling unworthy, and it. So um, if you don't mind, I can go in and I can show you a practice of it with you, but it is very personal. So sometimes,
um,
but so what it is, and I go in and then I ask, at what age did this happen? So it could be coming in, say, I get a person and I get unworthy. So unworthy comes in and I'm like, okay, what is this unworthy? So then I'll go, do I need to know when this happened? So they go, yeah, go into, oh, okay. So I get the age of 7 at one point. Okay, what happened at the age of 7 where this unworthy, this trapped emotion of being unworthy? So you bring throughout the rest of your life, you always feel that you are unworthy, that you don't measure up to others, or you always feel like you're not quite enough.
mhm.
So it's like, okay, what happened? So was this through a parent? Was this through ancestral? Was it their energy, or was it your own energy? Your own energy at 7 years old. What happened? Well, you actually had a friend who looked at or a teacher who actually looked at your artwork or what you had done and said, this didn't pass the mustard, and made you feel like,
Mm,
but I tried my best,
mhm.
or you just didn't understand what the assignment was. So that unworthiness is like, I can't. And so there's always this fear kind of for the rest of your life that when somebody asks you to do something, will it be enough? So you always feel like so then we clear that, and you can go into ancestral line. You can go into, so when you clear from yourself, then your children and their children and so on with the legacy, it doesn't carry on with them. You've broken the chain. And then you can also go back into, like, because I can go back and go, and it'll go back like, okay, this is like from your fifth, like it's your great 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 grandmother who
Mm.
went through a vow of poverty because she didn't have much. So she said, I'm going to make it, and I will never have money, but I will never have enough, but I will make the dollar stretch, and I will make it
Uh-huh.
happen. So
Yeah.
you can remove that, because we have to remember, when we are born, or when we give birth, especially as mothers, we have a piece of our children in us that will, part of their DNA that always you carry as a mother. And that's why they say the mother's intuition, because we know,
Mhm.
because it's part of their DNA is within us. But my great 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 grandmother's DNA is in me as well. So when I do something for me, I'm clearing the energy from the past, and I'm clearing that. So it's it's really kind of interesting, because I'm getting I'm getting the drums, and I'm getting the chanting. So I'm actually getting ancestors and Aboriginal
Mhm.
First Nations are coming in, and I'm getting so there's more coming in for me now.
Yeah. So this is something that if people were to follow the link to get a reading with you, this is
Yeah.
something that you would be able to do with them.
Yes. Yeah. And I can do it. We don't have to be in the same room. Sometimes you can just ask me to, can you go in, and you don't even have to be live with me. I can do it.
Uh-huh.
It usually takes me about an hour. Like, I go in, and then if I'm not, because I have some people that are in the UK, different areas, and they're not awake when I'm doing the work sometimes. So I'll
Yes.
send an email and I'll go through, okay, went in at this time, and I'll let them know. So I'm going to be coming in. And then people can actually feel when I come in, they can feel the energy. They go, oh, I'm starting to feel tingling. And I'll tell them, I'm going to start at about this time. I go through, and then someone, like, I actually had somebody go, it stopped, but then it started up again. And actually that somebody had actually knocked on my door, and I had to stop the session and go
Oh,
into the floor.
interesting. Uh-huh.
And then so then you go through the and then I type out everything that I came across, what emotions were trapped, when it happened. I don't go into, well, little Bobby said to you. It's just like there's something that happened at the age of, and so
Yes.
when you give an age as well, it's either a year before or the year after. So if I say 7, could have been 6, 7, or 8.
Mm-hmm.
And then whatever the emotion that was trapped, something happened. And sometimes I'll get like, oh, this was with a parent or a teacher or another child, or it was your brother, or it was a family member. And then, but we removed it, and then we fill the energy with love and light, and a healing, and then we release it, and then yeah, and then it's released. Yeah.
And is that just a one-time thing, or is that something that it starts at a certain level, and then if you do it again, it can, this isn't going to come out right. It's going to bleed into other things that will overall help with the reading. It's like when you remove something that is poisoning the body,
Yes. Yeah.
everything, other things that can also be released. So
So
it's
think
a
of it as a,
process.
yeah. So think of it as an onion. So we go in and something goes, this is it right here.
Yes.
So you remove that, you fill it full of love and light, and you ask for protection as well. And that's the biggest thing, is getting the proper protection, and
Yes.
having, because ancestors will come in as well, and your past loved ones. And so a lot of times that's when a little bit of mediumship comes in, because everyone's like standing there like,
Yes.
come on, like, let's do it. So that is gone then. That does not return. That emotion and that trapped emotion doesn't come back. But there, like, as you know, as we all go through things, and sometimes it's just that somebody said something to us. So
Yes.
living a lot of years, there's a lot of stuff that will come, and sometimes, you get triggered here at the age of 21. I was triggered at 21. Something stuck with me with that. You release that, and it has like a domino effect, because it's like every time that you were triggered with that, it gets released because
Yes.
you,
There's that. It's a good ripple effect, and
yeah,
that's those things. And you had mentioned like 7 generations. Annie Bear
yeah,
was agreeing with you, and so yeah, I
yes,
I did put in the link in the chat because we're simulcasting this. This is
yes.
the chat on mine. Can I give it? I'm going to put it in yours. I don't know if it will go because I'm not a mod, but I want that to be there. All of the links to Donna Marie are in the description. As to me, both of us offer private readings, so
Yes,
they're available. Purchase responsibly. Know your limits, kids.
that's right. And exactly. Please don't put yourself into debt getting into this, because there are times that we go in and we do free readings and free energy work. So
Yes.
if you subscribe, you get a notification, then you can, if you can't afford it, please don't. There are some things you don't, what I do is you don't want to actually do it in public. Some things
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Because there's sometimes um, I like to do readings for people. My favorite thing in the whole wide world is to do private readings for people, because they're full of snark, caffeinated, unfiltered, with a heck of a lot of support. Because
yes,
I'm not really telling you anything that you don't have an awareness of. And if you suddenly have an awareness for it, I'm going to give you so much support to sit with that.
yes,
And it's all up to you. Now, Gerald's getting on his little soapbox, but for those of us who like doing readings, we benefit from the time and the energy you spend with us, because there's that beauty and that confirmation. what's really great is suddenly we've helped you regain some of your power back. And nothing's more exciting than to see people in their own power.
Yes, yes. So, and just so people know, in my description for today's on my channel, if you go into the description, Gerald's contact information is there as well, and so you can go and go hit his channel and go into his description. You'll find his contact information, and you can book a reading there as well with you.
Okay, and we have a question from Gary for Grace 911. Before I'm going to give you a chance to ask me some questions before I ask you my final question. Gary has asked, Master transferred Reiki to me many years, but I never practice. Do I have Reiki energy? Thank you.
Yes, you do. Once you are attuned, you are attuned, and it comes with you. So you might want to just practice again some of the symbols. The symbols will probably help you more so because you are already attuned, so you already have that energy within yourself, and all it is just practicing, and you can start practicing on yourself to get that energy going again. And if you have any questions about that, also go see Hibiscus Healings. Go see Sarah. Sarah is phenomenal. I am not kidding. She's really just amazing.
Is Sarah the one you're doing the show with?
Yes, it is. Yeah. So we do reset and balance and I forgot my words. And then we also do the which I'm just loving is the Light Workers Lounge where we have people.
Yes. I think was Linda on the first one with that?
She was Linda D. Gonzalez and Diane G.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. And Linda de Gonzalez said she will never live down that she's always right. And I'm looking, not if I have anything to say about it.
Yeah.
Gary said thank you. And Gary also said Tiffany said it's hard to find teachers in Utah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm not kidding. Sarah is phenomenal because she is really connected. Like I am a Reiki master, and teacher, but she is so connected. I get energy from her.
I love that.
She's amazing. So so Sarah, if you get really busy, sorry, girl.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, not sorry. Oops.
Yeah, no, sorry, because she's phenomenal, and and people that are so gifted at it, because there's Akashic Record Masters or Akashic Record Readers, and I've taken it, but I don't really call myself an Akashic Record Reader because there are people that are phenomenal at it, and I get this much, where they get this much.
Like Linda and Diane G and
yes,
all that stuff. I mean, and that's one of the things that's beautiful about YouTube. And I genuinely mean this. Y'all have a lot of choices of where to spend your time on YouTube. Thanks for spending some of it with us. And my goal is to make it worth your while and that you take something away with that. And I also think one of the great things is if you go out there and you do some searching, watch some people, if you resonate with them, follow them, listen to them. If you don't resonate with them, don't subscribe to them because there's going to be someone who works for everyone else. I mean, don't sell yourself short, Donna Marie. You're a wonderful Akashic Records reader.
Oh, thank you, Linda. She's my Akashic Record little guru, that one. She's like, yeah. I think she was the one who gave me my very first Akashic Record reading. Was Linda D. Gonzalez.
Ooh, interesting.
And then and then it connected. Things started going click, 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 connect, and I was like, now that makes sense.
Oh, yeah. I love that when that happens. as a person on the receiving end, I love those aha moments. And
Yes.
sometimes they're aha subtle, sometimes they're aha with the lightning bolt, sometimes they're with the clue by four. I love
Yeah.
those. I mean, I love receiving those, and I love helping people find those aha moments. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
all right, start
Absolutely.
hitting me with your questions, Donna Marie.
Okay, so because you are a teacher, you and you know there's so many people that want to start getting their YouTube channel up. So you have them on your website on how to.
They are in my Laugh and Learn series about how to create a YouTube channel.
Are you going to be doing any classes,
I will be
one-on-one,
I will be one-on-one classes for creating a
setting up a
YouTube channel.
YouTube channel?
I can if people want to reach out to me. I mean, I would probably say start with the videos, but I know surprising, Gerald has opinions.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you'd like to hear my opinions, feel free to reach out to me. I think does everybody need to create a YouTube channel? No. Should everybody start a YouTube channel? No. Could everyone start a YouTube channel? Absolutely. I think a key thing, Donna Marie, is what you are doing needs to be authentically who you are, and it needs to bring you passion.
Yes.
Who I am on camera and who I am off camera are pretty much the same person.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
I don't have okay, I'll just say it. I'm lazy. I do not have an online persona and an offline persona. I'm too lazy to do that. I mean, is the camera on? Ah,
Yeah.
and I think it's one of those things. Um, I enjoy this. It is a lot of work. For those of
Yes, it
you
is.
who have not created a YouTube channel, understand it is a lot of work and work that you didn't expect. I like work that's hard, that brings me joy, that makes me happy.
Yeah. So my next question is, what is your favorite reading to give?
Personal reading. um,
Like like when
okay.
a person comes to you and they're saying, I'm having this issue. What what is your favorite one? The one that gives the person the aha.
The
That
the
now will
thing
make sense.
the thing that I like to do is I like it when people have shown up and have tried to do their own work and they're sort of not sure. They're like, what am I missing something? I'm actually pretty good at connecting dots from places that don't seem to work together and
Mhm.
and making the helping people see connections where they may have missed them. Oftentimes in my private readings, I'm using 3 or 4 different decks and I'm layering spreads, those decks on top of each other. And I am paying very close attention to, in all 4 layers of these readings, we've gotten the 3 of Swords and the 3 of Wands. Something's going on. Something is not connecting.
Yeah.
So, um, I like it. I like to call, there's this idea is this like when I have a health condition and I go regularly to see my physician. I call them well baby visits. I think people, when they have well baby visits, or every 3 or 4 months, they get a reading. How's this going? What's going on? I
Hmm.
love those readings because they are they're more than just surface level. I can do the readings. I can do the readings about finances. I will do those privately. I'll do love readings. I will do those privately. I don't like doing those publicly. I love doing the spirituality readings. The something's niggling at me and I can't put my finger on it. Can you help me with that? Is that making sense to you, Donna Marie?
It does, because when you're doing the spirituality readings, especially if we're live, it's your spirit guides are coming in and they're giving you a message. But if you're asking specifically about somebody I'm having a romantic relationship with and I want to know stuff, number one, that this is the thing too, is that if you're asking me about somebody, I need to have their permission to go into their energy. Because if you go into somebody else's energy and you're not welcome, you will not get that information. You will get the door. Yeah. Or you'll get your hand slapped. You will be like, no, no, no. But if you want to know what their intention is for you, sometimes it's like, guess what? They're just here to have fun and they're not planning on bringing you home to mom. So, but the person already knows that. Usually when you're reading for that person, they already know that. So, so when was the day that you went, this is for me, I am a reader and this is what I'm going to be doing? When did that happen for you?
Hang on just a second. Let's see.
Checking the calendar.
Yeah, I'm checking the calendar. It's going to be on June 21st of 2027.
Good day.
Yeah. So when was it that I failed? I really felt I was very fortunate to believe that I was a good reader probably about maybe 12 years ago. I was with a group of friends and I was there as a guest to their coven. And we were sitting down and they had me there as an oracle. I was there to sort of to be an oracle for their ritual. And so I'm listening and I sort of how do I describe this? It's all right. It's Donna Marie, and people who are watching, they will get it or they won't. I sort of I put my personality aside and I just started chatting. And I don't remember what was said. I just went into full channeling mode. I was sitting next to myself. I was watching myself, and and it felt like maybe 15 minutes later, I sort of came back and I took a sip of the beverage that I had, and people were looking at me and they were like going, are you okay? Do you need anything? I said, yeah, fine. Why? It's like, do you know how long you've been reading? I said, no, about 15 minutes. And I was drinking, and they're like, you've been doing readings for 2 hours. And I went, oh, that's what they mean stepping out of time and place. It was great.
Now, do you get that often? Because a lot of times I won't remember somebody's reading. And so do you get that often that you do not remember their readings?
I tell people to take notes or record the video because I will not remember the reading. That tells me, Donna Marie, that I am setting myself aside so that the information needs to come through. I've also learned, excuse me, I've also learned to trust the information that's coming out of my mouth instead of trying to temper it. Because sometimes I will say, okay, the cards are saying this. But then there are other times that I will go, this is Gerald talking, and this is just Gerald. This has nothing to do with the cards. And then I will share that. And then I will go back into that flow of that reading. So it really helps me to be willing to step aside. And that's a skill. That's a skill. Excuse me. That's a skill that I had to be willing to trust. That I'm like, but first of all, I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck trying to get through my spirit team, my guides, because no, it won't happen. They've proven that to me time and time again. The the other thing is when Gerald just goes with the flow and what his impressions are and uses the resources that he has around,
Mm-hmm.
it's a clearer message. So, but people say, do you remember that reading you gave for me 3 years ago? And I'm like, who are you? Where did I meet you? Sometimes I will have the ability to sort of remember it when they tell, because then I have my reading ability. It's sort of like the Akashic records. It has the ability to stay in my energy records. And sometimes I can access it. So is that answering your question? I sort of feel like I'm.
It is, yeah. It truly is. And so then the other question I have, do you ever get past loved ones come in while you're doing a reading, like somebody's grandmother or spouse who's passed? Like, do they come in when you do readings?
Yes. Specifically if they've asked for that. I will also get spirit guides, and my process, my spirit team, and I call them my spirit team, my guides, whatever, my path holders. I will oftentimes, Donna Marie, I will get an impression, I will get an energetic feeling of someone who is making their presence known. Mm-hmm. My process then as a reader is to say, I'm seeing this, I'm getting this feeling of such and such. I'm getting this feeling of such and such. And and because part of what it is as a reader, I have to connect to their energy as I always like to say, sometimes I actually have to say in English, please, or a language that I can understand.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And by the way, I do want to say, Richie Longman Tarot, bless him, has said, do you remember that reading from 3 years ago? I reply, yes. And you look, you almost survived it.
Yeah. and look at you all.
Yes.
You've skated through.
And had enough is like, my spirit guide would not talk to Gerald. And you know what? And hi, Scotty boy. And sometimes, so yes, I do get some mediumship. I have in the last 2 or 3 years had some beautiful experiences online reading with people who do mediumship readings. Sun Psychic Jean, really a wonderful mentor for me as it comes from mediumship. Wonderful. Yeah. Holy crap. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And by J Cat Lady. And so she's the one who is actually just like, Gerald, just say it. Just say it. And, and she's right, because we were reading for somebody's father or something like that. And I kept fighting it. And it was like, and it wasn't really connecting with the gentleman, but I was just like going, okay, I just have to say this. I don't know what's going on, but this guy has white powder around his mouth and on his hands, like he's been eating many sugar donuts, many donuts. And the guy was like going, oh my God, that's my father. I used to get those for him every Sunday. And I'm like going, all right, Gerald, listen to what Jean said and just say it.
Yes. Yeah. And that's the gift of it, is if it doesn't make sense to you, say it anyways, because somewhere along the way,
And Medium Betsy Palmer has also done that. Yes, powdered donuts. Thank you, powdered donut.
Yeah.
The other thing is there are these moments, and you may, I don't know if you've had this experience, Donna Marie. There are moments when someone for whom we're reading gives us the feedback that is a nice confirmation that sticks with us.
Mhm.
And as someone who, if you're watching a reading, by all means give feedback to the reader. It
Yeah.
really helps us to connect and to tune that knob to make sure we're getting the right atmosphere. I was doing a
Mhm.
reading for somebody, and I just couldn't believe it came out of my mouth because the person wanted information from their father who had passed away. And he said something very specific to me. And I sort of went, really? You want me to say that? And it was like going, yes. And I went, all right, sorry, but your dad said he was a real dick to you. He was a horrible father. This is, did this, did this. And he's just like going, he didn't do what he needed to do and he was horrible at it. And I stopped, and I come to find out that this person, their father was a horrible dick and
Mhm.
didn't do, and she needed to hear that. And because then we were able to do a private reading together to where that sort of leveled out so that the
Yeah.
message was passed on. Because, boy, I don't know about you, Donna Marie, but your dad says he was a real dick to you.
Yeah. Not everybody comes over the rainbow and just is all wonderful and peaches and cream.
Well, and that's the other thing. As a reader, I'm not a person who is all rainbows and fairy tales.
Mhm.
Sometimes I'm going to go, this is muddy.
Yeah,
And by the way, it's a beautiful mud. It's
that's
still a
right.
lot of hard work, but it's mud.
That's right. Yeah. And that's the wonderful thing about when you're doing readings and you do see the mud and you do see the difficult times, but it gives the person warning that you're going to have to go through this. This is what it looks like. So either you're going to do steps that you're going to make sure that it's a minimal mud puddle that you have to go through compared to going into quicksand, and it kind of gives you a heads up, and it just, yeah. And that's the one thing. If it's always sunshine and rainbows, chances are, but there's also look on the brighter side of things, because
Nothing, we're not saying anything bad about rainbows and fairy tales and all that stuff.
no,
Um,
not
there's
at
a
all.
there's
No.
a great deal of beauty in understanding all of the range of things. And sometimes I go, you know what? I'm really honored to be one who can deliver the sometimes hard message.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that sometimes that hard message is also it's healing for the sitter, for the person who's getting the message.
Scotty Boy said, I much rather have a truthful yet maybe harder to feel than a sugar coated one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Scotty.
And then sometimes it's you have to walk away, and especially people that are struggling with some family members, sometimes you do have to walk away because it's for the better of you. And when you see that and they're like, but I can't. And then, or you give a reading and somebody goes, doesn't even resonate. No, you had somebody completely different. I had that. I told somebody their reading and they told me, you are right out left. 6 months later, they came back to me and said, everything you said came true. And I never thought that would happen in my whole life.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and that's when you know. So,
Well, and that's an important thing for us to remember as content creators. Our message is not going to resonate for everyone.
that's right.
And that's okay. It doesn't have to. I don't, I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and I'm okay with that.
Exactly. Everybody has their own who they connect with and who they don't connect with, and some people, it's kind of like, I look at it this way. Go back to school. You had some people you got along with. Some people were jocks. Some people were the head bangers. Some people were the straight A students. Some people were the, they were the middle in between. Some people were in like the genius club. Some people were musical. Some people were, they were in drama. Some people were in band. It's like, life is kind of like high school. You're going to find those people that you mesh with, and you're going to find the people that you don't. And there are really crappy people out there too. So you've been taught. Yeah.
And the other thing is the stuff that really mattered in high school doesn't really matter when you're in college or in the real world.
Yes.
By the way, that being said, it doesn't mean that everything from high school was horrible and should be discounted. Not saying that at all. It's part of who we are. It's how we use that experience to where we are right now.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's, I look at it as everybody has at one point in their life that something pretty crappy happened, whether the trauma that they hang on to, and that's part of the emotion code and the body code and the belief code. And it's, things happen throughout your life, and sometimes things are really crappy. But if you don't hang on to them and don't let that be your story anymore, because some people go, well, I'm a victim from this. Do you want to have that for your story for the rest of your life? Or are you going to be a survivor? And guess what? I have changed my life around. That was a story from many times ago. Yeah.
I, early on in my YouTube career, I was called, I was told I was being toxically positive. Now, for those of you who, are you okay, Donna Marie?
Yeah, sorry. I'm just holding it back.
And I was really hurt by this. And I'm like going, no, I'm not toxically positive, because, and I did some deep diving as what does it mean to be toxically positive? It means that every time you hear about something from someone, whether or not they're struggling, it's always, I'm going to send you thoughts and prayers. It's yeah. What WTF is toxically positive, and how could you possibly answer that? What an awful thing to say. I understand it. However, I mean, and here's the dirt, by the way, everybody, don't tell anybody, but videos were made about it, not naming me, but describing me perfectly. So, but, and I thought about it, and I'm like going, I have never been toxically positive. I have never been, I mean, I want to meet you where you are. If you're hurting, I'm going to go, that fucking sucks.
Exactly.
And then I'm going to sit with you. I'm going to bring you a cup of tea and sit next to you. That also comes from, yes, I am a naturally positive person, but I do not use that positivity to ignore the hard truths. And trust me, that comes from 12 years of postgraduate work in Gestalt therapy. It comes from 20 plus years of being a counselor and a manager and a supervisor and a developer of people. Meet people where they are, sit with them, and let them decide. That was a funny thing. I don't know why I shared that, but toxically positive is just another way of saying that someone isn't really listening to you when they describe something that made you feel bad. That's true. And so, I mean, if it makes me feel bad, I'm going to say, wow, that makes me feel bad. I don't know what to do with that.
Yeah.
But I'm still in the room with you.
And then you just have to, some people are, everybody's going to be a critic. And as sometimes you have that comeback of, look at you, pointing out the obvious.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Of course I'm positive.
Well, and here's the thing. Jamie from Wandering Mountain Bardic Path and I, very good friend, dear friend of mine. We do back and forth with Jamie and Gerald, usually at Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 Pacific, 9 GMT. We honor the idea of, is this like, we have to be realistic. Things are tough. Where are we choosing to spend our energy? Are we choosing to spend our energy on the pain and the suffering? Or are we choosing to spend it on something that can bring us a little bit of happiness and a little bit of joy?
Yeah.
So, I mean, and it's one of those things that we're not discounting it at all.
No.
And so, and but I've known people, Donna Marie, like that you've said, everything is seen through the lens of their experiences that are challenging.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm fine with that. I want to know what you've done with that. So you added that extra thing that's really beautiful. Here's what happened to me, and here's what I am doing with it. Here's how I'm using it to propel me forward. That is really empowering. I love that. I love it when I see people go, here's what happened, and here's what I'm doing about it.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like, don't stay in I mean, I actually had a boss. I applied for a job. I didn't get it. And he had to tell me that I didn't get the job. And he goes, oh, I'm really sorry. And I said, oh, that's okay. Something better's coming around it down the corner. This isn't the job for me. And I went along my day and I was happy and I just enjoyed my day. And he called me in at the end of the day. He goes, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, why? And he goes, it doesn't bother you? And I said, well, I said, I didn't put all my eggs into that basket because I know that there's 30 of us applying for the same job. Not everybody's going to get it, but that tells me I've always had that, I guess, because of the way that I was brought up with the being open to spirit and that there are other things coming. So just because this door closed doesn't mean that something better is coming. And it's usually something better than what you thought you were.
Yes.
So he actually told me, and he told me that, he goes, you really taught me a really good lesson. He goes, I've never seen anybody do that before. And I said, because not a negative answer or something negative in your life happens isn't to the end of you. It's actually propelling you.
Mm-hmm.
So
Scotty Boy said, that's a positive person to me. Oh, well, something else will come along. What's really beautiful about this is don't discount the disappointment.
Yeah.
You can be sad that something didn't work out, and you should be, because if you're not emotionally invested in it, were you really invested in it?
Yeah. And that's the thing is the disappointment is still there, but I'm not going to hang on to it and let it ruin the rest of my day. I still had a job I really enjoyed. I was just, it was something new, something different. And I thought, but then now I'm in a position that I absolutely love my job. I have a corporate 9-to-5 job that I do. And then I love that I can do readings now, where before I wasn't thinking I'd ever be out doing readings. I was too shy to do this. And then your spirit guides come in.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to 2026 because I have some really things that I'm looking forward to in 2026 for my YouTube channel. So it's going to be very, very exciting. And by Bodhi, Beth's dog is asking to be chaperoned on his walk.
Yes. Yeah. Well, have a lovely walk out there in the sun. We have sunshine and it's beautiful here.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're asking such good questions, and thank you for those.
Thank you. I would love to get together again. It's always lovely to chat with you, and I watch you often, and I giggle, and I have because my job is sometimes can be very, very stressful and negative.
Of course.
So when I get a chance to laugh or I get some uplifting energy, I hate to say it, but watching you and you guys are like just being, goofing around in the shenanigans, it just lightens up my day and it makes the day get through. So
I think I think it's great because laughter is one of those things that helps the energy change. It shifts. And I think when the energy shifts, we're able to connect with what's important and to be able to incorporate that. Um, I come from my sense of humor very honestly. My parents had, they had 12 kids, so they had to have a good sense of humor. My family is like during really stressful times, grieving per se, we're
mhm,
at a we're at a viewing, like my father's viewing. We're all
mhm,
very sad and it was crowded. And we're crying, but then somebody goes, "Oh my gosh, do you remember that time that dad did such and such and such and such?" And suddenly we're bursting out laughing. And of course,
yes,
everybody's looking at us going, "Oh my gosh, they're really going crazy because they're laughing." But that's the sort of energy that allows us to honor what we're
yeah,
feeling,
yeah,
you know?
yes.
Yeah.
I was at my girlfriend's mother's funeral. Her and I went to high school together. She is very psychic as well. So the two of us together, plus my mom, I had supports all around. We're at her mother's funeral, and the two of us are just cracking up. We're telling jokes because that's what we would have done with her mom as well. And the pastor looks at us and he gives us this stern look. Well, that's it. I had to step out because I was in gales of laughter. I'm like, once again, we're at the principal. The principal caught us getting into trouble,
Oh
into
yeah.
shenanigans, and we were, yeah,
Well, it's
yeah,
it's like the power of the fart.
yeah.
I mean, it's just going to break the mood. I mean, you're going to break the wind. You are going to break the, you've got to laugh. I mean,
That's
you don't have to laugh. One of the choices is to laugh.
exactly.
So,
You can either laugh or you can be, you know, there. Believe me, there's times it's like that was inappropriate, but you can't help it because then you have to just walk away because it's like you're laughing so hard that it's and it's something silly like that. And if you can
yeah,
find the joy in those little things.
yeah. And for me, it's always about, I like to make fun of myself with the laughter. I am never going to cause laughter at someone else's expense. That's
Yes.
just in bad taste. I, if I'm still around, I always have something to laugh about.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that's true. So, Donna Marie,
Hmm.
what is bringing you joy?
What we are doing here, this brings me joy.
Mm-hmm.
I love doing my readings. I love doing the energy work. I love the community that it brings together, like butterfly readings and hibiscus healings, and you and Linda D. Gonzalez, and all the people that are out here and doing this. And it's such a supportive community, and it's kind of like finding your people,
Yes.
and it's people that you can talk to about, I just had this crazy thing, and like I've had people when I said like certain psychic things come in and they're all looking at me like you're nuts, and it's like, oh, okay, I can't talk to these people.
Yep.
I can't tell, I can't share with what's going on, but I'm really excited about something because I got a message, and and I love doing the creation of my channel.
Yes, it's fun,
um
isn't it?
Yeah, my family, I have to admit, my family just brings me great joy. If
Oh,
if
that's good.
if everything shut down and I just had my family around and I could feed everybody and I could just hug everybody, that is my true bliss. And that's what I do with my home. When I close my door, that is world stay out. This is my space and this is my sanctuary. Yeah. And then when the kids come and we just like, I just love it. And even if they stay too long, I love it. It just, and they don't, I never think they stay too long. I want them to stay longer always. And then they're like, we have to go, we got to go back to work. And I'm like, no, just stay. Don't leave your mother.
Oh my gosh. I think one of the things that brings me joy these days is planning to have meaningful conversations and having those meaningful conversations. We're in, a lot of time the WooTube is quick readings, which are fine. Love doing those. There's a beauty in and refreshing about, we're going to sit around this table for a little bit and we're going to actually, I'm going to have people who are going to challenge my views and make me go, well, I hadn't thought of that. Well, tell me more about that. That's exciting to me. I am spiritually very, very curious. And what brings me joy is people want to spend time with me.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And I have to, and there's one thing that I really enjoy doing every year. I do it annually, is we go float down the river. It's about 4 hours. You jump on an inner tube or on a tube or on a floaty, and you float for 4 hours. And
wow,
no phones, no nothing, just the people that you're there with, and you're having fun. And we're doing silly things like we're splashing each other, and we're back to being kids again. And yeah, and I love what really brings me joy is leaving the phones behind. Just leave your phone behind, because the kids will phone. I phoned you 3 times and it was at home while we were out.
Yeah.
We were on date night. Yeah.
Date night is a very good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Date night is a very good thing. Well, this has been incredible, Donna Marie. Thank you for being here. If you have been watching and you have enjoyed this casual, please like and subscribe. All of our links are in the description. Share with us in the comments your favorite moments. And please make sure that you are subscribed to Healing Readings by Donna Marie and Tarot Stash. And since we're finished, we will be figuring out a time when we might, I don't know, do another show together.
Do some readings, possibly.
I think that, I love it. This was great. Ask her back. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, I do have to say, and Donna, I can totally relate to your job.
Yeah. So, yes, I am Lulu. She's very close to me, actually. We both work at the same place, and she also has started up her YouTube channel, and she's just getting out here, starting her readings, and so that's another one that we're welcoming into the community of join us and have fun.
I love it. So Donna Marie will hang out. We'll put the exit video on. In the meantime, please like and subscribe. Share this video with the person who you think would really benefit from it. And we will see you the next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.